I'm here in East Palestine, Ohio. It's a village located near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. In this village, its story has gone national. That Norfolk Southern train derailment, which resulted in chemical runoff and some chemicals that went into the air. But I'm here on the ground hearing from members of this community, including the village manager, for their perspective on the incident and how it's changed them. Here's part 2 of their stories. In part 1, you were introduced to now former East Palestine resident Jake Koza. What you didn't learn about him, however, is his involvement in the resident-led Unity Council for the East Palestine train derailment. The group is pushing back against the public messaging from local leaders and the federal government, claiming that the area is not safe. And the village manager I talked to, he said that basically it's safe. And so it's clear that you and your council do not agree with that.
They sprayed 100 and some thousand gallons of water on a chemical fire. There's a fire extinguisher for A, B, and C for a reason. You don't spray water on a grease fire.
Koza says he has been playing in the creeks of the community since he was a child and noticed that something wasn't right about the visible sheen following the derailment, something Senator J.D. Vance appeared to point out in a video posted to X on February 16th of 2023, 13 days after the derailment.
If you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground.
Theorized to be runoff from the derailment, John Senko, professor of geosciences and biology at the University of Akron, confirmed to the Akron Beacon Journal that this video mirrors how he would expect vinyl chloride to behave, while acknowledging he isn't aware of just how close this video was shot to the derailment site. All that being said, recall that in my interview with the village manager, he said the drinking water is safe, because that's not where it originates, and is tested thoroughly. He did, however, express concern over the runoff. The Ohio EPA lists the results of its tests online, which it says confirm that the drinking water is indeed safe. However, Koza still has concerns about the creeks that neighbor the derailment site, saying that it took the sheen's existence having been proved before the state agency even began seeking out remediation options. Koza added that the support his community has gotten mainly has come from Ohio's 2 senators, Democrat Sherrod Brown and Republican J.D. Vance. President Biden visited on February 16th of this year.
J.D. Vance has done very well. He also had the Senate hearing where the NTSB proved that they didn't need to blow up these trains. They were cooling.
Koza also says that Norfolk Southern, at fault for the derailment, hasn't done enough, despite a $100 million commitment to the community, according to Pittsburgh's WESA, which includes $4.3 million for enhanced filtration of the water system.
Every bit of money that I got off of Norfolk Southern was reimbursement. They have never given me $1 out of their pocket besides the $1,000 inconvenience fee is what they called it. Everything else is I funded myself and they reimbursed me.
East Palestine's village manager sees things differently.
I've seen companies before. I come from West Virginia. And, I mean, coal mines collapse, kill people. The coal mine companies don't stick around and help out like Norfolk has. So, I mean, you take that for what it's worth. Not everybody would agree with that. Some people are a little more mad at the railroad, if you will. Never should have happened. I don't even want to touch on any of that. You know what I mean?
Regardless of how the politics of the situation play out, there are still very real concerns from residents, as village manager Chad Edwards looks at things with more optimism, saying that an economic development partnership with nearby communities is in the early stages and could hopefully bring life back to the small Ohio community. Getting ground truth from East Palestine, Ohio, I'm Jaden Jefferson.